Yeah, who are we talking to? Who are we talking to? We're live. Hello, everybody. Yes, we
Evening,
are.
everyone. Or afternoon. Or
Afternoon,
morning.
evening,
Could be any time.
morning. Yeah.
So I need to
Uh,
the mic.
yeah, it's been a while since we've done
It has
this
been a while.
again. Yeah. Somebody's social calendar. Which way you're pointing.
Yeah. Well, we had Oktoberfest, didn't we?
Yeah, that was the last.
Oktoberfest.
Sharktoberfest. Yeah, that was the last. We were gonna have Shark Miss, but that kind of backfired. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
sort of. I think we. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We're back, and we're both actively brewing.
Yes. So I call this season 2, episode 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really true or not, really, but I'm going to call it that because it's the beginning of the year.
Did we leave the last episode on a cliffhanger? I can't remember.
Well, I can't remember. I didn't watch it back. I go to see where we talked about. I think we just, if you watch it back, great. If not, no big deal.
Yeah. No, it's good. I do enjoy these. If I'm totally honest, I do enjoy these.
Yeah.
Always have.
No. Yeah.
Good.
Well, now we got something really to talk about because obviously we'll get into it probably sooner or later. Is obviously I got my little big toy and Rob's his big new toy is next to him, and we have been kind of off. Not really too much chatter, but just enough to kind of know it's like,
yeah.
It's stir crazy.
We've both taken a next step that we both didn't expect to take from stovetop, and it's definitely a journey, and I'm still on that. I'm still on that journey of learning at the moment.
Yeah. Well, Rob, I've done a few more brews with mine, and I am still learning as I'm using it for the first time.
Yeah, I can believe it. I really can believe that.
Yeah.
I got this. I bought this system last year, and it took me till this year to actually do something with it because I was just so comfortable with my stovetop brewing, with my processes, comfortable. I'd hit pretty much, get my numbers all dialed in, beersmith, and I could comfortably go and do a brew and pretty much hit the targets happy. And I was reluctant. I got this system because I wanted to just, get another system, still do small batches, and have the option to do bigger batches if I want to.
Yeah.
And I'm on a massive learning curve, which
it
doesn't. You're basically moving from one process to another. Some of it follows, but a lot of it doesn't, and that's where I am now.
Yeah, you're almost starting over.
Yeah.
I mean, you know the processes, but it's how you execute the processes is what's different.
Yeah. Yeah,
because your mash. I mean, obviously, their timing. Obviously, with the bigger system, everything it's it's going to take blah 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 blah. Well, now with the bigger system, it's going to take longer, kind of thing. It's just okay, I'm going to get ready to boil. Well, okay, do a stovetop. Okay, it's 10-15 minutes. You're to boil it with this thing. You're okay. Oh my, it's a half hour later. Oh, okay, go, come on.
Yeah.
So, but it's one of those I just want to start over again. Okay, I just want to make a pale ale smash or and just kind of I want to because even the numbers, I'm still tweaking the numbers for Beersmith. I'm still okay. No, it's this. So I'm kind of tallying. Okay, I'm taking the average. Kind of. So at least I'm in a range. And me trying to improve the brew house efficiency is still. I'm going okay,
yeah. I'm totally with you. My brew house efficiency on stovetop is and brewing a bag So it was.
Yeah.
I was getting really good mash efficiency, and my brew house efficiency was in like the high 70s.
Yeah, same here.
This here, I'm hitting 60. I've done a
Yeah,
couple of
I'm
brews,
at
and I'm
62.
I'm around about 60 brew house efficiency. I'm like, what is going on? Because I'm getting really frustrated. It's great though. It's learning
You
again.
see. Yeah,
Steve.
but all your recipes are for like it's like they said. The default was 68. Okay, so all your beer recipes are towards the 68. Well, everything is all your numbers are you're missing your numbers on the low end because it's you don't have enough grain to kind of thing. It's like
Yeah.
So it's one of those.
Exactly.
So in order to create the recipe, you kind of almost like okay, I gotta aim it for 60, and if it goes higher, so it'll be I'd rather go higher than lower.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I've done two brews on this Grainfather. The first one was just after New Year, and basically my local homebrew club have got a Schwarzbier competition in February, and I kept putting it off the end of last year, and I thought I don't want to do it on the stovetop. I want to do it on the Grainfather, and eventually I did it on the Grainfather like the beginning of January, and I was like, I am so far out with these. I was just when I was checking my gravities, I was like, what is going on? For what am I doing so wrong? I actually, before I did the brew, I changed my grain mill crush from 0.25 on the stovetop to 0.5 for the Grainfather, and I did it. So my next brew was a porter, and again I got a little bit better efficiency, and I thought, wait a minute, I need to look at. So what I've done tomorrow's brew day, I've gone slightly in between 0.25 and 0.5. So I'm probably around about 35, 40 on that mill, just to see what happens there, because it's like, like I say, it's like your recipes are just got to be totally adjusted. I'm doing my recipe on Beersmith. I export it into the Grainfather app, and then it's like the Grainfather app's telling me something totally different than the Beersmith. So I'm like, what? Different waters and different ABVs, different target. I'm like, so much to learn.
Yeah. Well, that's what with mine, because the first time I used it, I kept my mill the same as my stovetop, but that was like first mistake, because obviously I made it too fine, so it just went through my basket. So obviously I had a stick mash, and that was fun. Because kind of thing, it's like okay, so that beer was kind of like okay, obviously lower ABV, whatnot. I think I even chucked that one. I just said, no, I didn't bother. I was like, forget it. Then the next one, I was like, okay, I don't know. I didn't. I think I did a bag, I put a bag in the basket, because my basket is pretty much solid, and it's got a weird grid kind of. It's not like your hop spider, that screen kind of thing on the like sort of kind of thing. It's kind of got these little slots.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Like
so that's So I was like, okay, so I needed something. So I did the burrito basket. Well, I eliminated the stick mash. Okay, one down off the list. Obviously, still the beers were still low on the low end because it kind of thing. I said, okay, and I'm trying to go on YouTube and try and find anybody else, and nobody really, in general, talks about the mill side. I mean, they kind of barely do. Kind of thing like I wish somebody would kind of let me know what they're using for their anvil. And I try to send messages, and just no responses. I'm like, okay, so I increased like you did, increased it, and just kind of stuck it. Okay, I'll take the bag out and put it in. So It was better because what I also did too was I double milled it, and that was I kind of it was better, but I still had a lot of stuff on the bottom because when I don't know when I was doing the circulation, I put a screen and I could see that it's still bringing stuff over through my recirculation pump. It's like, okay, it's still going through the basket. So the next thing is no more double milling. I'm just gonna mill it once, kind of thing. So that's my next brew day is gonna be that. I'm just gonna mill it, go through it once, and on that front. But what I've done is, since I know my numbers are lower, I've compensated. I got DME.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, get my number. Just chuck it in and just kind of get the ABV up. That makes my numbers better, but it's still not quite the same because I'll see your DME is not the same as your base malt.
Yeah.
Because I'll use Marisauder and I'm using probably like a 2-roll. I mean, it kind of changes the flavor a little bit. I mean, it's not drastic, but kind of there's like you get that head tilt going. Okay, there's something what's different with this.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is probably so. I left it. So when I dealt on this is my brown. When I double milled it again, but I put it in the bag. I put the bag back in, and my numbers were spot on. So like, okay.
Yeah. So once you put the bag in, you had less grain going through the basket. Yeah.
I mean, you get the fine going through still, kind of thing, but it's not because once you go clean it, you can kind of see what's okay. Is a hop because I don't use I'm kind of back and forth with the hop spiders, kind of thing. Because when I go put it into the fermenter, I gotta like you kind of you got the bag, or I got like a little sifter kind of thing, the kind of strainer. You can kind of see I catch the last kind of thing, and so I catch a little bit more. You can kind of that's hops. That's kind of it's like a grain.
Yeah.
But I think you're never gonna get rid of that.
No, it's gonna go through. No. So it's interesting that you saw your DME. I totally I've never thought about that, but I'm only 2 brews in, but. Like I say, see how tomorrow's brew goes with the numbers. I've got on Beersmith. I put my recipe in, but I reduced the brew house efficiency down.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Exported that into the Grainfather app, and they're pretty much now telling me the same sort of thing. But I can guarantee tomorrow I'll have. I'm aiming for a 1.040 gravity tomorrow for a. Guinness style Irish stout. I guarantee I'm probably going to get 103.4 or 103.5 or something. Yeah. It's like that's how far I am away from the target gravity sort of.
Yeah. So I say I'm taking notes, kind of like okay, this is what I kind of. So I'm still missing with the because everything else is pretty much. It's the mill. It's how much grain and the mill gap is where it's the kind of area I'm keep playing with.
Yeah, that's what
everything else, the yeast, water, I'm kind of. I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
So kind of thing.
I mean, the Beersmith and the Grainfather, the recipes on both. I'm talking now. This latest brew I'm doing. We're talking 200 mils difference in water.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah. Well, because when I kind of the only two I'm playing with is I'm playing with AI with my recipe generator kind of thing, and it's still not 100%. So it's like okay, so you kind of it gives you kind of a. Because I kind of care. I playing with it because of the water, the beer, the salts. But it gives you just a basic. So you still, it basically okay. It's going to give you a multi beer. It's going to give you a balanced or a bitter. So it's not. you're not going to get, oh, I want this exact water profile. It's just giving you kind of, which is fine. But and sometimes I'm going like, yeah, that's a little too high. So in Beer Smith, I kind of start bringing it back down because I don't want to overshoot it, kind of thing. So,
yeah.
So,
it's a lot of learning, a lot of it's good though. It's good. It's challenging. It's challenging getting used to a new system. Hopefully, in 12 months' time, we'll be having a conversation going, yes, so we're dialed in and everything is great.
Yeah, the only thing like I told you was the what's in this little guy right now. I used the big system for my small batch, and it's basically I almost went, okay, I think I'm pretty sold on using that on that because, like I said, my dip tube, I can turn it to where it's going. Pickup is straight down, so it's like it's real close kind of thing. So that's why I showed you a picture of that because it pretty much almost picked up everything. So when I went into the fermenter, I had a strainer to catch wherever last kind of thing. So all my numbers were because, and here's the result now. So obviously I go, I'm using my hot phone as a hotspot, and you can't really. You would think, okay, it's a stout. You think it's black, and guess what? No, it's not. It is a brown stout. I mean, it's you can't. I'm trying. Usually, I'm sitting with the camera the other way that I can hit it. With the light. I mean, I would have to take a picture because you can see the brown.
See it underneath. Yeah.
So it's almost to me, it's almost like, oh my god, I brewed a American brown ale. So what I got because I was aiming for in Beersmith. I think I had because it's still in the fermenter. I don't think it's going to tell me. No, this is where I wish Beersmith would print that. I want to say it's a 32 SRM. Of course, on the thing it looks black as hell. But when you look on here, it's like, well, I think I needed another little bit of roasted barley, and I would have been spot on. Anyway, I mean, it's a 6.4%. I think with the number.
So is this the oatmeal stout?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm kind of when I was like, because when I put it into the fermenter, I was like, because it's going through the hose, and it was real light. I mean, kind of thing. This is not what I want. Like, oh.
Yeah.
So and then I kept getting the samples for the gravity readings. I'm going like, this is not what I want. So what I'm going to do is instead of kegging it, I got 1 liter growler top. I'm just going to put in that and call it. Because I'll probably throw half of it away because it's kind of almost kind of thing. So I'm like, and then it's like that. It's like, I'll be fine because obviously I enjoying my new. I don't want to call it New England brown, but Northern English brown because it has the Target and Challenger hops, and I went.
Yeah,
kind of
looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, it looks good.
Didn't you have that last week on one of the lives? I'm sure I've seen it.
Yeah. I've been kind of. And last night I went to go. Oh, I was taking my CO2 tank off to put a little cartridge on it. And also I'm looking at it going, why is the top of my keg wet? So I'm looking at it. All of a sudden I realized my tap handle, it must have it's rocked a little bit. And so there was a little leak. Because what I do, I have a rag underneath the kit that says it sticks to the refrigerator, so the glass of the shelf.
Yeah.
And that was wet. I'm like, oh. It's like, okay, so oh my god, is it? And I was surprisingly, I went my CO take. I thought that should be empty, but it wasn't. I went, okay, so it either just happened, or it was so small. It was.
Yeah.
So I took it off because so basically what. Actually, I have the culprit here with me. Is I think because I got this little fitting, my ball lock is somehow it was instead of sitting like this, it was kind of cockeyed.
Ah, right. So it's on the okay.
Yeah, so because it's not, it's one of these. It's a torpedo ball lock, so it's meant for the torpedo.
Yeah.
Keg. So I was like, okay, well, I kind of like the stainless steel kind of ball. I was like, well, I guess I won't use it on. I'll use just a regular good old plastic one for that.
Yeah.
Keg
Yeah.
kind of
Not to lose anymore. It's always scary. It's always scary though, isn't it? When you think, oh no, my CO2. Your first thought is like, oh no.
So before I put this on, I mean, the head was like, I'm literally, this was from here to here was the head kind of thing. I went, okay, I'm good. Because it's on 10 PSI, maybe 11. So it's not on the average.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's like, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. And what was it? The other, because my Christmas beer was another brown ale. And that's why I thought it was contaminated. But I did bottle conditioned a couple of those. I think I had one of those. I went, okay. So it wasn't too bad. I went, okay. I gave it time to kind of sit and age, and it kind of wherever it was, it mellowed out and kind of slowly. I mean, it's probably still there, but it's unnoticeable.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, but but. Only thing I with this one, I kept my recipe. Only thing I'm changing. Cause I'll brew it again, possibly later in the year, or a few months. Is I put it back to the because the Target and Challenger were from our London Pride. I thought I gotta get rid of these, so I used them, and it says like, okay, I got rid of those. I said, well, I'll go back to the EKG and the Fuggles, kind of back to the recipe was before I kind of just get rid of the hops. So, but I'm going, I might put another note. It says, hey, if you keep in mind the Target and Challenger hops for the recipe.
Yeah, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely looks.
It looks great. It's going, doing.
Yeah, doing. Yeah, my phone. I'm on my Pinter.
Okay. That's right. You told me. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Pinter Homebrew, which looks really dark on.
Yeah.
It's like a deep tawny color. It's a great bit. There'll be a video out soon for that, because I just love the Pinter for the fact it's acting very much like a cask.
Mm-hmm.
And these beers are pouring like cask, and that's the whole reason why I wanted it. And so far, so good. Yeah. Successfully pouring like cask beers for me. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. So yeah, I brewed that. Whoa, not that long ago, really. When I think about it, 10, 17, just over nearly 3 weeks ago. Probably 3 weeks ago tomorrow. And it's ready. Yeah, I push the pints and just want you to brew for like 5 days and 6 days. So I just go 10 days brewing, 2 days cold crash, 7 days conditioning. So it's like in 19 days before pouring. Pints will have you drinking the beer in 8 days, you know. So with your grain, I just think it definitely works out really well just to extend everything. Yeah, I don't want to be drinking that beer in 8 days. I don't want to be pushing it in. It's funny because G from Kitchen Sessions, he's got a pinter and he's doing some all grains, and he's bought the wrapped pill. It's like the tilt that we've got, but it's a wrapped pill. Mm-hmm. And his, if he was doing it to the pinter's recommendation, he would have took the dock off and would have ended up with a beer that was probably about 2% because it just showed on his rat pill. It was doing a lovely, steady fermentation. It wasn't going like this, which...
It wasn't eating it real quick. That's interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was an all-grain brew as well, but it's just interesting that Pinters just want you to get through these as quick as you can. Get through, drink, buy another packet. It's like... It's not going to work. It's never going to be.
Well, especially when if you're using their pack, you're going like... That tells you you don't know any better, so that's why they're telling you the shortcuts. They're forcing your hand. But now, we already know, like, okay, even with their kits, all that, you need to still let it go.
Yeah.
But now, like you're taking it to the next step where you're making your own stovetop and throwing it into the pinter as a fermentation vessel, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you're taking it to the next level, which Pinter probably loves you for.
Yeah,
you're not buying any of their kits.
Exactly. Yeah, they're like, oh, your warranty is now void.
I know it. I don't care. I know other people I hate it, and the thing goes wrong with it. I'm going, just ship it to me. All right, here's the label. Just send it to me, and I'll be glad to take it off your hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, if there's people out there who want to get rid of the pinter free, then I'm the guy. I could definitely get a few of these lined up with cask ale. I mean, I use, as you see on my channel, I do like a voting poll. Yeah. But all I'm going to use a pinter for is trad beer because it just works. I mean, if it was a carbonation, the carbonation dial on the back. Now, if it failed during the pour, then that literally turns into a cask. Drink that beer within 72 hours, something. You can undo, and you can turn the dial down, and then it'll just pour with oxygen coming in. I'm happy with that because I'll drink that beer in a couple of days. It's not. It's only 10 pints in there, so
that
treat
was
like
my other question. That was my other question. Do you drink it like it was a true cask that you have to drink it once you start? You got to finish it within 2 or 3 days.
You don't have to because it's sealed. So when you pour it, it's got the dial on the back, which is like it's like a spunding valve, I suppose.
So you can turn it off and on. Yeah.
Yeah. So mine's always on 5. Yeah. So number 5, it's always on. So it's always got pressure. If I've seen people, mine, I've been really fortunate. I've been able to pull all 10 pints out with that number 5. Now, people, I think Simo had the problem. He got about halfway through and he couldn't pour. Now, the problem being is if you're too aggressive with your first pours, you're taking out all your CO2. You're getting rid of that head pressure too soon. Yeah. Now, I just
compensate.
So I just take it gently and I get the 10 pints out. Brilliant. But if I came across it and I was on my last couple of pints, the dial at the back, the spunding valve, turn it to 0. Oxygen will then pour the beer for you and just finish it off that way.
Yeah. Well, that's a true cask, really.
Exactly. Point. Yeah. So I'm happy either way. If we're going to drink it over the weekend, crack it like a cask. Get some oxygen in.
Yeah. So you basically, I mean, it's now I'm just nerding out here. It's like, okay, you can get the regular tap. Now it's like, how can we got this cask, pseudo cask. Now, how can we make a kind of like a beer engine tap vibe?
Yeah.
We kind of keep pulling it.
Yeah.
With that, really, I mean, it'd be kind of a waste to actually attach it to a beer engine because your whole pinter will be sucked into the you're only gonna get one pour out of the damn thing.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I don't know. I've seen people literally do what you've just said, getting that tap and going. It's like, so they've got the dial and they're just sucking in the air. So it will work like that, but it's not supposed to work like that. This is the 3rd pinter, and I think I wouldn't want pinter 1. I wouldn't want pinter 2. Pinter 3 seems to be where they've seemed to they've got the tap right now, and that tap is working really well. It's holding the pressure. The like I say, that spunning valve dial at the back seems to be holding pressure. I'm happy with it. I think you just got to be gentle with it. Don't pull that handle right down. That's what I'd say. But it makes a lovely cask trad beer.
Well, I was contemplating. I looked on Amazon. I don't know if I saw somebody. I just turned the water off. I saw basically we call it RV. You guys call it caravan. And they got it's kind of like almost like for your faucet. It's a hand pump.
Yes, I've seen that.
And it's like, of course, it's been a while. There was a way somebody was able to attach the keg to it, so it was sort of a beer engine kind of pull to it. Yeah. I mean, but as I said, so like I kind of looked at it, and I was going to brew the London Pride again at some point, and I kind of backed off on it for whatever reason. And I was like, because I have it like on my shopping cart, because every once in a while I'll see it in Amazon. Oh, that's right. I still want to try that.
Yeah.
Kind of it's not a real beer, but I think it is a kind of because you got a tank of like water or whatever, and you're hand pumping it.
Yeah.
So you're drawing it. So like, well, that's probably closest to a cheap beer engine.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, that of course it'd work, because I mean, camping caravans and stuff, they use a water barrel, so you just take the water barrel and put beer. It's a beer barrel, so same idea. It's like you're pumping.
Yeah, I mean, most of them nowadays they got a pump, but you can. I've seen people that are off the grid kind of thing that they have that, and they have that, and they just kind of get that pressure to go kind of thing. So okay.
You still have that. You've got to drink it within 72 hours.
Oh, yeah. Because once you introduce oxygen into it, you have to.
Yeah.
Because I was watching another channel, and the guy made a bitter, and he really wanted to have it like in the cask, but he knew he wasn't going to drink it that fast.
Yeah.
So that's why he kind of just like, okay, I'm just going to do my normal thing, and I'm just going to set the CO2 tank to, I think it was like his CO2 volume was like 1.2 or something. I mean, it was basically barely.
Yeah.
Then he basically did, when he went to go serve it, he put it up just for the two just to kind of get it out.
Yeah.
Then basically once he's done, I think he just turned the tank off, so that way.
Yeah. Just put a blanket over it, really, like a CO2 blanket. That's the thing. It's just enough pressure just to. I mean, there's a lot of people doing that with beer engines and corny kegs. Connecting the corny keg to a beer engine and having a little bit of a 2 psi sort of sitting on top. But there's also they must have it in the US as well. They have like a beer bag in a box where you put the beer in a bag and then you. Prime it in the bag, and then you can connect the beer engine, and the beer never touches oxygen. So that's a really good way of doing it. You can actually get 5 litre one. So I'm like, do I get a beer engine next? And get a 5 litre bag in a box. It's like this. That could be good, because I'm still, even though I've got the grain farmer, I think the biggest batches. It's like 9.5 litres sort of batches I'm doing, 9 to 9.5 litres. So I'm happy with that, because, tomorrow's brew, I'm going to do the Guinness sort of Irish stout, and I've got 2 5 litre mini kegs that I'm going to put that, because so I'll ferment it and split it into 2 little mini kegs. And that brings me on to the question I was asking you earlier on WhatsApp. Have you got a nitro setup?
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
I got that. That is basically so I can what they do over here is they'll go ahead and, like I said, they'll carbonate it like they typically do, but they'll keep it low. Like I say, maybe a bit 1.5 to 2 kind of range. Then they'll just stick a well, a lot of they call it beer gas. I'm sure they have it over there. It's kind of a mix of the CO2 and nitrogen. It's more nitrogen in it, kind of thing. But this is obviously,
I think it's 70-30.
Yeah. So this is actually a pure nitrogen. That's why this sucker hasn't exploded on me yet. Cartridge.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is like if I want anything, like if I had that stout on if I did keg it, I would basically just go ahead and carbonate it to a certain point, and then when I went to go serve it, I'll pop that on to push.
Yeah.
It kind of, I mean, a little bit. I mean, so it's not gonna be a full
cascade.
It won't be a full nitrogen. It'll probably cascade a little bit. I think it won't be like what you do with all the Guinness and all that. When you drop it in widgets and all that, and you get that real. You'll probably see a little bit of it because I'm not letting it. I mean, whatever I pour, I forgot to. I had too much, or I just forgot. But then force carbonates with this kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But the problem with just to hit the heads up on this a tip here. Make sure this guy can handle, because this is this cartridge is a way higher pressure than your CO2. I've gone through 3 of these stupid things till I found somebody that was honest with me and says this is the one. Because obviously this has been like this for a while and does have pressure in it. So
yeah. I only asked because my idea, this Guinness that I'm brewing, I keep calling it this Irish stout, like a Guinness, I'm brewing tomorrow. I've bought a nitro regulator like you've got.
Yeah.
And I bought 2 milligram cartridges that go into it. And apparently each cartridge serves 2.5 liters. So like to get through my 9 liters, it's like 4 cartridges. But I'm going to do exactly what you just said. I'm going to carbonate it with CO2 very low and serve it with the nitrogen like through the regulator and with a stout spout on my.
I was going to say change yours. I also have that spout too somewhere.
Yeah. So that's my idea.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing for the Irish stout.
Yeah. I mean, technically, so basically the nitrogen is going to give you more of the creamy feel to it. Because if you left it at CO2 and with that stout spout, all you're going to do is you're going to get the look of it. That's it.
You're going to knock out all this CO2.
Yeah, the nitrogen will just it gives you that a little bit more of the head's a little bit creamier, and the beer's got a little bit more creamy body to it. Kind of thing. Yeah.
So
that's why I got that cartridge. I mean, I think I got that cartridge maybe 2 years now still. So I hardly use it. So because
that was the thing. You see, I was like, it's over here for 10 of the 2 milligram cartridges. It's £6 just for 10. Oh. So you're not pouring a lot of beer for £6. So it's not efficient money wise at all.
No.
I'm just thought I'm going to do it for this like Guinness beer and just see what it's like. And if I enjoy it, then if I do porters and stouts, then I'll use it for that. But I've got a porter that I brewed on the Grainfather. That's in have you seen Kegland's Oxybar kegs? Because I've got my I have keg. I've got one just here. I'll show this. So I bought a jacket for them. So you get 8 liters. So I put my porter in. Not this one. This has got sanitizer in it.
Yeah.
and I put 8 liters in, and I've put some sugar primed, and I'm going to hopefully it's going to give as much as possible. Maybe end up putting a little bit of CO2 on to get the final push to serve it. But with this neoprene jacket now, it just makes it a little bit safer. It's got a flat bottom, and it's just a really good. You can take that anywhere you want, sort of thing. It's a really good little handy piece of kit. And they do a smaller one. They do a 4 liter one as well. That's the 8 liter one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know.
That's another way of doing some sort of like keg priming.
Yeah,
it's just a big bottle. It's just a big bottle.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you saw somebody recently talked about those. How do you wash yours?
Yeah, I've seen that video. I don't do it like he does, where it tracks and does all that. Also, I don't know. I think it's more of I think he's not really looked at this bit. I don't think if he had some sort of issue in the body, liquid would be coming out. He'd see it like a puncher. He doesn't see it. So I think it's more here. So what I do, I PTFE tape on the joints, just so you get that seal. If you over tighten, the seal's not good. So you've got to be just right. So if you PTFE tape them like a plumber, I think it's a bit more secure. I think that might be more what might have happened with his. I've seen the comments.
I did on the cartridges too. You can kind of see a little bit here. Because that was the other thing too. It was on those because there's the contraction and all that it does that because of the pressure. So, but most of my stuff I will put that tape on. Well, I just be careful too. I know it won't go like into the if
touching
I do
the beer.
Touching the beer, as long as it doesn't. Yeah. Because at that point, once you get screwed down towards the bottom, that's where you want the seal anyway. So. Yeah.
So I've seen a couple of comments on that video because I was like, wait a minute. I know if I got that bottle and I put pressure in it and there was a leak, you're going to get fine spray where the leak is. You're going to get it. Or if you submerse it in a bath of water, you'll see where where it's leaking.
Well, he said that he did that and he still can't find it. I'm going like, okay, like I said, it's probably somewhere else. He was thinking, I think he was still looking in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I think it's more look at your head, look at the tap, look at over tightening, and because it's all plastic, so it could. You just all you got to do. So I'm a bit like, you're the first person, and I think Kegland have sort of. I know the malt miller responded and said, "Send us your keg and we'll test it." So that'll be interesting. I use malt miller, and that's where I got mine from as well. It'd just be interesting. It feels like, wait a minute, you've jumped in too quick. It's the cleaning. Yeah. Whoa. Everyone knows how when you get a punch on in a tube, you submerge it in water.
Yeah, because to me, if you're blaming the washer, I would almost assume on the bottom because it's hitting that. It's so much pressure. It's just going.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got that. I've got the exact washer. Yeah, but I don't use my bucket blaster on them. I just honestly I put water in, not too hot because you can't put over. It's about 35-40 degrees temperature in them. I put some cleaning liquid in, really good shake. Leave it to stand for 10 minutes.
I just let my sit. Yeah,
and then rinse. But with my kegs, I do use the bucket blaster, my stainless steel, and I've got the little king kegs as well. They're a plastic, but because it is like a bottle, it does. As soon as you get it'll just
And to me, it's like, why would if it's using a blaster, it's not sealed. There's should be air going in and out. So it's like, again, why is it creating a vacuum
Yeah.
that big enough vacuum like that. So I'm going like, okay. As I said, there's a lot of holes in that video. I'm going like, that's a good conversation piece kind of thing. You're stirring the pot on.
Yeah.
Because if I was Kegline boy, I would have came out real quick and said, "Hey, this is how you."
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I wish, like you said, they kind of responded a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I just think this. If you look, I just think the tap head is more likely to leak.
Oh yeah, I think it's over tight.
Yeah, over tightened
somewhere.
Yeah, or even your PRV. I mean, there's a PRV on these. I don't know if it should be a little bit of CO2. So the PRV on this is just there. It's quite easy. Make sure that is tight as well. And you just there's lots of little places that could fail.
Oh yeah.
You just got to make. I've got one keg conditioning at the moment, like a big bottle priming. So that's all PTFE'd up and everything. So yeah, I don't think there's enough evidence to say the bucket blasters do it.
Yeah, because like I said, I would think that should have punctured a hole in the bottom. That should have been a hole, not a hairline puncture.
Yeah. Anything that's, if there's liquid in there and then you put pressure on, you're not going to lose. You're going to see it's going to be a spray. There's going to be something. Yeah. It won't just, oh, my CO2's all gone. Well, the liquid's still in.
Yeah. It's not holding pressure. Yeah. But yeah, what the only too is I've had those PET bottles. I mean, I have some like for the day I began brewing. I mean, they won't last forever, obviously. Yeah. So you have to. I mean, I think, and then he said he bought them recently, kind of thing. So, okay, they were 10 years old. I go, no, what? Yeah, they were due for you're due to exchange them out for new ones. Because I've had the other ones, like I said, I go wash them, all of a sudden the plastic got brittle, and I was like, I guess that's gone, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, obviously it is like I said, it's good for, like you say, your little your neoprene thing. It's because it looks like it's got a shoulder strap, so you can take it to parties, carry it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So that's So it's.
Yeah, and also for me, because I'm just letting it
keeps the temperature.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'm keg priming. It just keeps a nice temperature. It's in its own little jacket. So I thought this is great for keg priming. You know.
Yeah.
Bottle conditioning on a bigger scale, basically.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm kind of like, oh, you said keg conditioning. Oh, I got PTSD on that one from our London Pride.
But yeah, so I'll be doing an update video very soon about this. But I've today basically spent all day prepping for tomorrow's brew day. So my water's in the hot liquor tank. It's had a Camden tablet in there. That's all ready. What I have to do with this, I have to. So my total water bill for tomorrow, water is 15.18 liters for the brew, but I put 17.18 because I know that this tap ends at 2 liters. So I've got the right amount of water in there, and I'll end up with 2 liters. So it's pretty good. It's pretty handy to mash, sparge, and if I need to liquor back, I've already got water treated, 2 liters of it in here. So it's just it's quite a handy little thing to have. So that's ready. Everything, got the grains ready, got the salts ready, hops. Just getting ready the day before is massive help.
Yeah. Oh massive. Yeah. Oh, I do it all the time too. I usually get my water ready. I will mill my grains. I get everything pretty much. Everything's clean, obviously. So I get my water. I put the Camden or whatever, put it in there. I'll do the grains and all that, measure them out and mill them. And so, like I said, the next day all I have to do is, well, I mean, I'm assuming like yours. You can turn it on the night before and say, okay, I want these to start heating the water at certain amount of time until the time I'm really ready. It's hit the strike temperature and you're off you go.
Yeah.
That feature was like, that saved a little time there, which is nice, especially with these bigger ones, because like I said, we're not used to heating up or cooling. Only with mine, the other thing with going back to that dumb thing is the immersion chiller.
Oh yeah,
because of the dip tube, it raises it up, and so you got like 3 rings of the coil outside. I'm going like,
okay.
So you're not getting the whole thing. Yeah, so I'm going like, okay, and it's that dip tube that's causing it. I mean, it's like, so obviously what you have to do is you have to go buy another one that's skinny enough to you can set it in that way, kind of thing. But
yeah.
I got the one that came with it, and I got the one I bought when I first started. When I was doing it that way, I'm going, and both of them sit on that. So like, oh.
Yeah. It's like my going back to the pinter, the stovetop. I brought out my immersion chiller for that. I thought, because I normally cool in the sink, and I thought for this one I'm going to immersion chiller. I've not used it. I honestly, I've had that immersion chiller probably 10 years, and I probably used it twice before. And then on this brew, if I'm going to use it, and it cooled, I put it in the anvil brew pan, and it cooled the work down in 25 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm going to start using it again then, because it's 25 minutes. And like you say, at the bottom of the pan, like yours, you got the arm. So I could just control, let the tap out straight into the fermenter. Wasn't getting any of the gunk at the bottom. And I thought, why have I not done this for years? So rather than doing the cooling in the sink, I went back to the immersion chiller.
Well, when I did the 1 gallon batch in that, there was no way that I had to drain it into another pan or pot and then go to my ice. So that was like, but that was my first crack at, okay, I'm going to put I'm a sifter. I'm going to pull out all the hops, kind of thing. So, okay, where the first proteins and all that, or this is the first crack at cleaning it out, getting that out. So that, okay, which was fine. So then I went to the sink and did it, and it was like, okay, I know how this works. Then when I put it back when I poured it into the fermenter, I put through the screen, the funnel with the screen in it, and practically all of it just went right through. I mean, there was a very little left of the fine. Yeah. Because the screen in my funnel is a little bit finer than this little thing I have, kind of thing. So, but so I was like, okay. So I basically I validated it. Okay, I can do it if I want to. The only thing I was really surprised was the boil. I was like, okay, it's a smaller batch. I was gonna, my boiler rate's gonna go boil it all the way, kind of thing. It doesn't matter if you have the thing full down from the bottom, same.
Yeah.
And that's little. I was sitting right now. Okay, how am I? Where is gonna be my sweet spot for this? I was like, I'm so worried about that. And all the time I'm looking at it, going, son of a. So I put the lid on, looked at it. Okay. Also, it started the vigorous boil comment. Okay, so it doesn't matter what the volume is, which is kind of, I would think, I would have been a little bit more. So my boil rate was the same. So in Beersmith, all I had to do was the batch size. I think that's the only thing I really had to change.
Yeah.
And that was it. Everything else was pretty much.
Yeah. It's like I use. I've done the Grainfather twice. Like I say, I've done it in the house twice because it's been really cold in the shed. I thought I'm not even attempting it. But tomorrow it's going to be a shed brew, and I'm both times I've used a steam condenser, so that's been really quite interesting. Tomorrow I will use steam condenser again because I'm in the shed. I don't want to get it all full of steam. But I'm quite surprised that boil off is around about 2 liters. In that, a lot of water. I'm reusing from doing that because obviously you have the hose connected to the steam condenser, but I've been using that for cleaning, so it's not too bad. But it's on the Grainfather. This is the strange thing on the Grainfather open brewing. Apparently, it's a 3 liter loss.
Okay, that's interesting.
So I'm getting 2 liter loss with a steam condenser. If you go on to Beersmith, or if you go on, they're saying 3 liter loss on the boil per hour. So I'm like, so it's less.
Because I think the condenser is kicking it back, or I went okay. Think of it this way. I'm just wondering if you're under some kind of pressure. You got you might have like 1 psi, 2 psi kind of thing in there. So
there's some sort. It's like a pressure cooker, isn't it? Like a pressure cooker would work.
Yeah, so you're not losing water because it's kind of keeping. Because you can boil at a lower, or it's boiling at a higher temperature.
Yeah. So when over the two brews, I've on the first brew I had the Grainfather power right down to 55, and then when I opened up the steam condenser and finished the brew, I was like, oh my god, all trub, like all your protein was all quite high around. I thought. So on the next brew, it was 100 degrees. The next brew, I put the power to 45. So 100 degrees, 45 seemed to be a really good sweet spot where everything stayed in rather than me going, wait a minute, half my hops are around the side of the pan, not in the actual work. My second one, it seems so 45 power, 100 degrees boil, seemed to work.
Yeah.
So again, that's something else I'm having to learn is the steam condenser. What power to put my Grainfather on, what losses, adjusting the actual tap, the hose to the condenser to make sure we're getting enough water to pull out that steam.
So basically, let me get out. So on mine, what I've learned, and I learned. I kind of saw on Clawhammer is that you're okay with having a lid on your thing, but just at a crack. I mean, just as long as you get steam coming out, you're fine. I'm going.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, but I would think the DMC is condensing, or DMS is condensing on the lid and kind of falling back in, but maybe not. It might be so light in theory. So what I
even with my stovetop, I have the lid sort of on the pan, but not fully on the pan. So there's a gap either side. I use clips, what they call crocodile clips on the pan.
Yeah.
So if I move them, depending where I move them on the pan, my lid will move.
Yeah.
So I can let more steam out, less steam.
So what I tried, I mean, I still had it cracked, but I took my handle off, and as you can see, there's a hole. So you got this hole, so where you put your recirculating arm, and you got the hole here, basically where you put the clamp, the other kind of clamp on there. I'm going like, of course, the last with the 1 gallon, the last one I didn't do it because the thing is, this is hot. By the way, folks.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking about doing was, because you get the little thing, the adapter, so you put the tri clamps on there, so you get the little hole. So I thought, well, I can get my gloves and I can grab that at least. I'm not put my finger in here even with the gloves and pulling. Yeah. So that was like, oh, that was kind of thing. So that's my kind of. Because obviously too is you could put your condenser on top of that anyway, so the steam is still going through. Bad timing on that one, your little phone.
That was your notification. That noise was your notification about your English brown ale.
Oh yeah, but yeah. So I thought, okay, well, if it's still gonna go through there anyway, it should be just fine. So that's something I'm kind of thinking about.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it also because I don't want to leave it like this because this is sharp kind of thing. Even right here like this, that's kind of like I can cut myself real easy. So I was like, okay, that's gonna be my baby. Because once I do that boil it. Because like I said, I'll have the hop spider, and like I said, some of those clamps that they do rock it up a little bit too, kind of thing. So it's like, okay, that'll help. But I say, even with what's kind of funny was when you do that, you look at the boil is more rigorous. The boil rate's still the same. So it's just like, okay, well, I'm the only one with me. I was like, okay, it just basically, the boil, but also too is now nothing can really, if you leave it open, like I'm in here in the garage, I'm going, God only knows what's up, dust and whatever in the air, and it can go.
Yeah.
Wild yeast, whatever. Well, at least it kind of slows it down. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. It's interesting. So it's adapting already.
Yeah.
Already adapting.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
The other thing I've learned, and I haven't really gotten around to doing, is a guy, because he does what I do. So basically, when I go to chill, your boils over, you go to chill it. I will, in my immersion chiller, I will hook up my garden hose and run that water in the beginning. And I'll have the 20-liter-ish bucket, 5-gallon bucket. I'll collect all the hot water for that with that. I said, okay. Usually by that point, it's hit about 100 for me, 120 degrees, Fahrenheit, and kind of thing. So they're boiling. Okay, then I can switch it to the water cooler system, and I have all the ice on that. So then I turn the pump on, kind of thing for that. So what the guy did was for his pump, he's got a T in his pump. So basically, one's basically for his wort circulation for the mash. So basically, he shuts that off. Then when he goes to do the water chill, he'll turn that valve open and pump it through the wort. Kind of thing. So I want, like, okay, that's kind of seems more. I could work with me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's like, okay, it's like, I mean, you're adding more to it, kind of thing. Like, okay, is it worth it? I kind of like the idea behind that, but is it? I say that's all I've been thinking about it. But I'm trying to say I'm trying to get my efficiency back up into the 70s at least. If it's 70, 72, I'm not buying 20 pounds or 20 kilos of grain when I can go use 10, kind of thing.
I know my grain's gone up. My use of grain has gone up since I got a grain farmer. It's like, trying to get up there.
Obviously using more because it's a bigger batch, but it's just the idea. I'm using even more because of the efficiency is kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is quite shocking when you first do it and go, what has just happened there?
Well, that was the only two where I go out looking. I said, okay, these guys already have the same system I do, and I'm using the recipe, and I'm going, my efficiency still sucks. I'm following them to a T. They have the same system, same size system and all that. I'm going, what? And it's like, one of my responses, what are you? I'm doing the same thing you do, but blah, blah, blah. And again, he probably go, who's this guy? Kind of thing. So nobody has responded, but so it just, like, okay.
It's like I've got the counterflow chiller now, which is sat here behind me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm paranoid about that already because
the
last two brews are done. I do the clean the system, do everything. I clean it. send the grain father cleaner through it, send the cleaning fluid through the counterflow chiller, then I rinse the system, rinse the counterflow chiller. But I'm 100% certain there's still some water left in that counterflow chiller. You know, yeah. So my next brew is water already in that counterflow chiller. It's like, it does concern me.
Yeah, that's where, that's why I kind of. Well, the only thing too is you gotta like backwash it because wherever material it could be in there, so you gotta push it back out if you can. It's a little, to me, I think they're more effective, but they're also
really quick. I'm getting that getting to my pitching temperature really quick, but I'm just concerned when I've cleaned it and then you air dry it. I'm like,
I don't know. I mean, you probably could put like an air hose and see if you can push.
Well, the thing is, you could. I don't know. I'm just a little bit paranoid about that at the moment because you do part of the brew day. You sanitize the counterflow chiller by putting your boiling water through it for 2 minutes. Yeah. But what worries me is that goes back into your system for the first 2 minutes. So what's already in that chiller is then being pushed back into your brew for the first 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, because that's why I use an immersion chiller, and I was like, I'll stick with that until I find something else that will kind of. Because I said it's like, well, it's just even with the thing too, which is like, okay, your water, you're talking about your water level, okay, that's to keep it within your that thing. Well, now when you recirculate, okay, you got all the water at that in the hoses. Okay, well, there's a loss there.
Yeah,
kind of thing. So you got a loss there. Well, even my pump, I kind of laugh because, like I said, when I use the same pump for the recirculation, but then I use it for the chill. So it's kind of funny when I do for the chill, I turn everything on. There was a little bit of that beer in that pump because also the water was nice and clear. Oh, brown. Okay, there's a dab left.
Yeah.
Pump. I said, well, at least I go, okay, well, at least that it cleaned that, so it's not going to stick because it's water. So there's a very minimal amount because it's diluted, but that pump is so small. It's negligible as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. It's all like I say, it's all very new. I am enjoying it, but I'm switching between the two. I'm still doing stovetop. I'm doing
I agree with you there.
Switching between the two.
Of course I can. My other thing is my mill. I love my mill, but I hate my mill because I have the Maltzilla. So it's basically got a house. It's not the housing in it. It's got the rollers in it. So they say every once in a while, undo it, clean the rollers. I said, okay, I've done 3, probably do. So I took it apart, and I probably had 1 kilo of grain. So talk about, and I'm just exaggerating, but there was way more there, and I thought I want to talk about your, like I say, your immersion chiller. Well, now I got stale grain in that mill. I wonder if that's another thing contributing to my beer being kind of a little bit off. I got that little bit of. I can't be tearing that thing apart every single time. Yeah. So I was like, because it's like I spent so much money on that thing. I was like, oh, do I just go back to the old cheapio mill, get the drill, and go that route, which everybody has? I don't know. So I'm kind of So I guess next time I brew, I was like, because I use it real for that stout. I was like, okay, Shouldn't be. I wonder what. It's probably why it's lighter because half the
Yeah.
crystal malts or whatever it is stuck in that.
Yeah, you got 500
milk.
grams of grain from the last brew as well.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Right.
So where's it collecting in the mill?
So what? Okay. Show. Not the camera off. So it's. Maybe you can't really see it. It's in here.
Right.
The body. So basically,
Okay.
there's it's the so these right here is all the well, maybe if you can see it better. Yeah, everything's heavy as hell. So basically, right, it's all in here.
Right.
Because you got this is your gap adjustment for one side, but then there's the motor. So the wheel's basically there. So there's pockets here. Because also too is I'll take these little screws out and I'll get pieces of grain popping out. So I put those, I just slide those in, and so they just basically I won't get a mystery. But yeah, because I got what's 2, 4, 6 screws or bolts to undo to separate. Because basically it's a 2-piece. This is a 2-piece.
Yeah.
You just pop it out, pull the grinding wheels out, brush them off, put it back, put it back. But yeah, there is way more grain in there than I was like.
Yeah.
And nobody's going. Somebody had to. I would have did a video and said, I might even do it myself. It says, hey, look how much grain I still got. And I put. The only what I do is because I get these little stupid little air cans.
Yeah,
I squirt it. I go, oh, and it gets quite a bit out of that. I go, oh, I got it out. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Wrong.
Yeah,
so like,
you're just pushing it round further.
Yeah. So
that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah. So I'm going, okay, that's
the way you used to do it, and the way I do it now is like you say, just get a drill and you've got the 2 rollers, and there's no malt left. You just bit of dust.
A little bit dusty. You go like, okay, you could, like I said, I get the little can, or you get a toothbrush or whatever. You just So it's like, so I just like, okay, just write it off. Okay. Now lesson learned. I'm going no. Because nice, because the reason why I really got it because I can set the gap a lot easier. Instead of going with a feeler gauge or a credit card or wherever you may do it. So like I say with us, well, you can't do it that fine of a crush. You got to do it a little bit coarser.
Yeah.
So it's like okay. It's like that's what it's like. I go brewed. I got brewed a bag spot, and I got the little bit the anvil spot kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
it's like
little screws go.
I've just got to remember, like I have a little whiteboard here because the last brew I did was the pinter, which is the fine crush. I've got to remember each time to adjust it. Well, before it's just left. It's always on fine crush.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like fine crush, adjust it, and it's like if I forget one day,
Well, that's what the only dumb thing. So, don't mean when I tried it, the 1 gallon on the Anvil Founder is I had recently got I got one of these little guys. I went, well, that was an investment that I mean.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? That's gonna my smart because what I do with what I'm doing also too is I think I did with the brown, and that's why I kind of went okay. I did in the bag still, but I left 4 liters of water to the side. So it's basically sparge water.
Yeah.
So I mean, basically it's 4 liters, 1 gallon, kind of okay, just enough to kind of rinse that off, kind of thing. Because that was the element people say, well, you pull it out, you're leaving a lot in there. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me just kind of dribble a little bit over to see if that would kind of, and I think did it help. I mean, I said this is on beer so far that it's kind of like I'm happy with.
So
at
so
the moment.
the induction, so that induction hob, is it what powers that? Is that
Oh, it's basically I run it off on 110, 120, and it's oh god, it's I want to say 1400 watt, 1800
and that,
watt.
will that bring your pan to a boil?
Yes.
And how many liters do you say?
Oh well, basically I'll just do 4 liters just to keep it warm. I keep the water warm. I won't boil it because I also done too was because you can do power level and a temperature, and like I've found I can do it with the mash. So if I want to just do a little small batch, I can basically put it on top and do my mash. I was okay. I'll set it to this because obviously there's going to be variants on it, but it's pretty. It's going to keep it stable. So if you stir it every so often, you're kind of like okay, you're circulating that. The top is not that far off from the bottom. I mean, there's pretty close. So kind of thing. So when you stir it, it's not like oh, it's really hot in the bottom, cold, and it's ice on top, kind of thing. So
I only asked because I'd be interested in getting like one of them hobs so I could brew in here with my stovetop.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the intention was to do that instead of doing it in the house.
Yeah. I'd love to do that. Like if I can brew in here with my stovetop as well, that'd be ideal. But it's like I see all the guys using them, like the Buffalo ones, and they're quite expensive. The Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like 3,000 watts. 3,000 watts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 1,800 watt. And I pay $80 for it. So it's not. So as I say, but I think, like I said, I don't think I would really. I might try this one more time with a very small batch. Because the only thing, the stout I did use a little bit of extract because I wanted to make sure my numbers were up. So I kind of the numbers are skewed. So I'm kind of like, okay, is that really everything gonna be is way out? Because when I steeped the grains, the water level was. I think that's possibly another reason why my stout was later. I didn't really pull everything out when I was steeping. Yeah. But I realized that because I had it in a mesh bag, the grains, and I was able to spread that mesh bag out across the whole bottom. So everything was wet. I mean, so it had a chance, but I should have just put the full volume in there and just called it. But that's it. That's one of those like live and learn. I said it's one of those like. That's why I kind of bottled up some of it and just got okay. Was it good? Okay, do I just make it a little bit darker? But I think I would. I may try a basic beer, 1 gallon or a small batch on that, but nothing like really a couple of grains, whatever kind of like a pale ale maybe or a smash kind of thing. It's just like I don't have to do too much with it.
Yeah,
it's like because you're below the marking, so you're kind of like you're hoping your other measuring devices are.
Yeah, it's like they recommend that you could do like the batch size I'm doing that is like that is your minimum sort of.
Yeah,
you're at the minimum 9.5, sort of 10, and there you're at your minimum. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Oh yeah,
I mean, my I don't know where it is. It might be over there. What I've done now for the stovetop, I've bought a stainless steel basket, so put in the pan rather than having a mash bag. So I've got a basket in the pan now, which is sold as a hop spider. But believe me, it fits in my pan. So it's like,
oh yeah, I saw. Yeah, was it Mont Mill that they did that?
Yeah. It's like okay, I've now got the mesh basket, which is a lot easier to use in my pan.
Yeah,
easier to clean. It's just like this makes this process simplified.
Oh, it's way easier to clean because you can just turn it over. You can
Yeah.
use a sponge or whatever. Just anything that
Yeah.
sticks. I think if you get that bag, you got the grated kernel or whatever. So you got to sit what you're sort of chicken.
Yeah. Shaking it off outside, like
Check it out. Yeah. And after a while, you're still seeing one. So you're picking.
yeah. Because with my brew in the bag, part of my process, if I was using the bag, I obviously clean my kettle, and then I put my kettle back on the stove with about 4 liters of water, and then I put my bag in and boil my bag and anything that really needs to be boiled, cleaned again, and then I dry the pan out. So I clean it and then boil it, and then put my bag in and boil. Every time I brewed, I boiled my bag. It doesn't matter, but you still get coloured. It's always coloured.
Oh yeah.
And I just always want to try and get rid of that malty smell. So every time I just boiled the bag and then let it dry. And I just thought, I don't have to do that now. I've got the mesh basket, which is just...
Yeah, I saw that. I went, oh, I always wanted that. I'm going, but everything was either too big or, like you say, use a regular hop spider. They're like, well, that's too small.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I do have an oversized hop spider now for the anvil. I went, maybe I could do that, which is kind of funny because I have a hop spider that goes not by anvil, but for that, and it's almost too big for that. So I have to set it. I can't use the little arms that hang over because it sits on the bottom. I'm going, I don't want that sitting on the bottom, especially on the heating element. I'm like, okay, so I basically just decided, I could put the little lip where the arms kind of go through. Now behind, that's again, then you put the lid on top. Well, it gives you even bigger gap kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, it gives you a little bit off the heating element. It's like, okay, I might be. I wonder if that would. It's probably a little too big. I mean, too tall.
Yeah, the one I got is 30 centimeters depth. My anvil is 29.5 centimeters. Yeah. So my lid sits on top of my grain basket, and what I've done, I've redesigned my insulation on the pan. So my lid on the pan has got insulation that goes round, and then I've got a strap just to go on the lid. And I thought, this works. You just got to keep thinking.
Oh, yeah. They're slowly... People are doing... there's more people doing small batches than you think, to be honest.
Yeah.
Everybody's just too afraid because, you need to be doing 5 gallon, 20 liter, whatever size batches, blah, blah, blah. I'm going like, that's why everybody's like, also you hear like Mont Miller and all, they're going like, yeah, we're doing this and this. You're going like, I would have never thought of that. Because I was thinking about ordering a custom one that would fit kind of thing. But it's like, if you just go get a hop spider for one of these big things, you're going, that's probably go, like you said.
It's right. Jeez. I mean, I go to a brew club and I'm the only one at brew club who does small batches, and every time people go, you spend the same amount of time as me doing your small batch. Yeah, that's true, but how many beers have you got different on the go? Like, well, we've got one because I've got 3. I've got 4.
Yeah.
Why
that's why
I'm doing small batches and I've got variety. True. Yeah. So
I do miss that's what, even with this guy, I says, I was like, I kind of, because usually I'll have 2. And I want to kind of have 2 kind of thing. But I want, because even the keg is bigger kind of thing. So it's like, okay, I can have 2 in the same spot, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But it's like that's kind of like, it's like we say when you're kind of like, still not giving up the small batches. I'm going like, me either.
Yeah.
Because like my Irish red is, I'm still, I got time. I'm still kind of like small, big, small, big. I'm kind of
Yeah.
I got 2 recipes sitting there, so I'm going every night. I'm going, well, like I said, potentially I'll be brewing next weekend, but I don't know. That's kind of new developments came this morning. I went, okay, fine. I'm not brewing. I went, I'll brew on Valentine's Day.
I've got a crazy schedule for brewing coming up. I've got the first, obviously tomorrow is my Irish stout. I've got the 8th, which is a take on in the UK. There's a West Coast IPA called Oregon Trail. I'm calling mine Wagon Route, and so I've got the 1st, the 8th, let me get this right. The 11th. I've got a day off work. I'm brewing on the 11th for a local. Regional competition, and I'm brewing on the 21st collab for the regional competition, and I'm doing my stovetop on the 22nd. So February I'm doing 5 brews. A lot of brewing. So I've had to Mrs. B like in between all that I'm taking her to Scotland for a couple of days. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say that in January, I've done 3 brews. I did the 2 Grainfathers, and then I did this pinter on the stovetop. When I did my pinter on the stovetop, I went to Jolie. I went, I really enjoyed doing that stovetop brew. After having the Grainfather, I really enjoyed going back to doing that stovetop.
But yeah, I went through the same thing when I first used my Anvil Foundry. I kind of like did I really want to do this? Why? It's like, okay, you like I said, you just there's like certain beers, like, you know what, there are certain beers I want more of, and I'm gonna use it for. And like the stout, that would have been typical stovetop, but I played with the system, so that would have been the Irish Red is potential stovetop. Like there's some beers here and there. I'm kind of like, I don't care to have a whole lot of it. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like a test batch. Is it something that I want to brew in the future? If it is, okay, now scale up, kind of thing. So it's kind of how I'm gonna kind of look at it. It's like, okay, these are new beers. I'm gonna do small batches and have the potential of scaling up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously the other beers, like, well, I just want a lot of it, because if I do it right, I'll be sitting going like with this brown, going, don't mess with my brown.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, the good thing about it's like this brewing station I built for the Grainfather is great because I can pick this up, take it in the house, brew in the house, brew in the shed, or I can brew out on the patio, which is just it's a wooden frame that I've made, which is just pick up and take and brew, so that I've got the height, because I need the height of this hot liquor tank, if you want to call it, so that the tap, I've got a pipe for sparging, because the Grainfather basket comes up to about there when you sparge.
Wow. Okay.
So it's really high. So it's like once you're lifting the malt pipe, you're about there. So that's just enough to put the sparge in. Yeah. For this. Works really well. I've seen that on someone did it on the internet. I thought I'm going to build that as well. And it's just great. I can just move. They put wheels on it. I've not put wheels on mine because I didn't want it to be, Oh yeah. So what I've done, I've super glued underneath the base a carpet, so it just pushes around. It's great. Okay. So rather than wheels, it's just a carpet. So it's got a bit of something there.
Something to grab. Yeah. But it's easy to slide.
Yeah, it doesn't slide around. When you put a bit of pressure on it, it'll slide. But it's solid. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, the wheels. Yeah, because you can have the wheels. You can have them lock, but you might come in and say, "Oh, wait, what?" And all of a sudden, nothing. You go put your hand on it. What?
Yeah, exactly. Especially if I've got a steam condenser set up with me water in there.
Oh yeah, just all you need is that hot water spilling all over you.
Yeah. So I've gone with carpet on the runners, and it's fun. It's fun.
Oh yeah. So anyways, I will probably wrap this up right now. But yeah, so obviously we're going to be doing a lot more brewing, and with Mr. Professional Brew over here, which you might be seeing him on your screen, is like, I don't know if we can do another February chat. We got to squeeze it in somehow.
Oh God, yeah, that's going to be a nightmare. Maybe, ooh, yeah, that is going to be a tough schedule, isn't it?
I would say probably towards the end of the month again, but
yeah.
I said the next couple of weeks are going to be like new. So, but of course, February is going to go by a blink. Oh, well, anyways, we'll figure out time.
It'd be the end of the month, start of March. When does the 28th of February land? Does that
Saturday?
That might be a good day if you can make that, because
I won't be
brewing pretty much every. Like I've got two. I'm doing my own brew for the regional comp, which is going to be a porter, and I'm doing a collab with another chap for the regional comp, and we're doing a Belgian brown ale, and that's one of my days as well. Taking up, it's got to be at the comp at the end of March. So.
Oh yeah, you got to do it. Yeah, because you want.
Yeah.
You're gonna be tight for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, by that point we'll have brewed on our system a couple more times. We'll see if we learn anything new, or we got just a bigger headache because we found something else wrong.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, it's been good. As I said, eventually we will get some guests on, or other people we know, just kind of the nerd out with us.
We'll have to try and get G on, because G is going.
Yeah, well, he had other priorities today.
He's going to be doing.
He's golfing today.
I think he's getting a Brewzilla.
Oh yeah, he's getting the bigger system. Yeah, it's like. So, but yeah, it'd be good to have somebody else in. Well, we'll get with somebody at one point or another. But yeah, so this was fun as always. I said we can keep going and going and going and going. But I also I do have another live to do, which I'm in no hurry, but I'm not worried if I'm late, kind of thing. But yeah, so obviously stay tuned. For my channel, I'm going to do maybe tomorrow a channel update, which you probably already heard here, so it's not gonna be nothing new. So, but there's a couple of things I kept, but they're minor things to the back. But yeah, so look for that, and because I haven't done any videos, I was working on the video for the oatmeal, and then I'm kind of went, as soon as I saw that color, I went, it's like, I'm not really in the mood to do that video. I was I'd done a lot of pre-production kind of stuff up to the brew day, and it's like, and I just comment.
Yeah.
It's like, so, but I kind of had ideas now for any other. I'm sort of was trying to do a grain to glass with that oatmeal stout, and I don't know. We'll see. I may still do it, but it's just gonna be super late, which no big deal. So, but yeah. So other than that, just stay tuned. And obviously, Rob's gonna be doing a lot of brewing. He'll have videos. Don't forget about his Bramhall does. Watch the Magpies.
Yeah, the Magpies. Lots of tips at the
yeah. Watch the squirrels.
The squirrel, yeah. the squirrel that's scared of the magpie. The magpie is beating up the squirrel.
Yeah, that's fun to watch. It's just because you kind of watch. Okay, especially when the squirrel arrived. Okay, is he gonna rule the roost? And when he saw that the magpie scared him off, I'm like, man,
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, fun watching. So, but anything else besides that? Anything else?
Like I said, I've got a few videos. Well, there's going to be the Pinter All Grain video coming up. There's a beer sort of review type video coming up of a Cornish brewery, which is new to me. And then, like I say, there will be more. There'll be some all grain to glass videos coming in February.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
good. Well, I would say I'm the bartender here at the Shark Brewing Company. needs to get fired because
Hmm.
how you let your customers be dry.
Yeah, we're out of
So-
homebrew.
Yeah, well, I got a whole bunch of just freaking right over here. I just didn't get a long hose going.
Yeah, I've got a pinter sat behind the camera. I actually put a pinter in here today because like I say, we're at a real good cold temperature. But when I put it in here, it was 10 degrees. I thought, oh, that's perfect.
Oh, it's perfect for you.
Yeah. And now it's dry. Well, actually, now it's 8. When we started, we were on 6. I've gone up 2 degrees, my body temperature.
By you heat, yeah.
And Ralph.
Okay. Yeah, Ralph too. Yeah, all that. But yeah, and the electronics. It's off a little bit, but the body heat's really. You'd be surprised. Okay, well, I said go ahead and call it. It says stay tuned. And so, and if anyone watches this back, had questions, feel free to put it in the comments. I will, if it's for me, or I'll answer them. If it's for Rob, I'll pass it on to him and have him reply. Until then, cheers, everybody, and happy home brewing.
Cheers, everyone. Take care.